So if we were using Centricity internally, you would connect to your Windows 7 client. However, if you're connecting to Centricity from outside the office, you would need to utilize remote desktop services or, for instance, a Citrix server. We have access to Windows Server, and so that's the easiest install for us to do. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to our Server Manager, and we're going to add a role. We'll do next here. We'll do Remote Desktop Services. We'll do next. And next here. Remote Desktop Session Host. And we'll do next. And then we'll do next. And we're going to not require network level authentication to allow other Macs, for instance, to connect to it. We're going to configure the licensing later, so we'll click next here. And then for right now, we don't really have groups set up, so we're going to do to allow administrators, and we will kind of make some of those changes a little bit later. We don't really need any of these to really be installed. We'll go ahead and click next. And we haven't installed any applications. We always have to set up remote desktop services before we actually install the application. So we'll go ahead and click install here. Okay, and so we need to restart. So let's go ahead and restart. Okay, we'll do Control-Alt-Insert to log back in. check to make sure here that this has the remote desktop service set up. Okay, so next thing we want to do here is we're going to actually open a command prompt, and we're going to set this into installation mode. So we'll do change users. Okay, so we're ready to install applications. And really, to install applications, I did not check the version of Internet Explorer. This Internet Explorer. Let's add another shared folder here. And we're going to go to downloads. I did not copy that over where I should have. Okay, so let's go here. Computer. Downloads. IE9. For the 64-bit versions. Install here. This actually has to download over the internet, so we may have to double check to make sure we can connect out to the internet. And we might need to set up a dynamically assigned IP address for just a minute. We'll let it close whatever programs it needs to close. And we'll use recommended settings here. And then to actually get to install Centricity, we'll go ahead and stop this here. We're going to go to http://app://demo/cps, and we're going to add this, anything that's on check that and click add here and then close. And this is just the web address that we've used before for Centricity stuff. Install here and install here. So basically, if you connect to the application server over the web, as long as you're using Internet Explorer 9, then it will actually download and install the client. So that's what we're doing right now. Here, install here, and this may take some time. It's 354 megabytes, so. Install here. Install here. We'll install the .NET Framework. Do next here. Next here. That looks good. Just run the client here. Okay, and we're finished now. Now we've done the install, and we're going to actually close the browser window here. We want to put it back into execute mode, so we're going to do change user and execute. Okay, now okay, so let's see here. If we can go to this machine, connect to 10.10.10.13, put in an administrator password. And we're going to go ahead and ignore the security issues going on here. And okay, so actually you need to go back over here. We'll do Control-Alt insert. And I'm going to go ahead and close this up here. So when I go back over to my Windows 7 machine and connect back in here, yes, this will log me in. Now, if you've used Centricity before on a remote desktop, then this is the same sort of scenario that you would get in those situations. And we're going to actually log